Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz universe. Victory in Europe Day marks the end of World War II in Europe, specifically the capitulation of Nazi forces to the Allies. And WoT Blitz celebrates this by giving us 5 bundles. 5 tanks in the store plus a very big Berlin Quartet bundle. And one of them, the powerful ISU-122S, is the subject of this review. If you would buy it in store, you would have to shell out 17 euros for a Tier 7 Russian tank destroyer, which has a 122mm gun. And yes, it is said in store that this is a powerful one. But you have the ISU-152, yeah, Tier 7, a regular tech 3 tank. You have the ISU-122-44. Why would you want to get this tank destroyer then? Well, first of all, it's a premium tank with a fairly good credit coefficient. As you can see, it has a 122mm gun, which does 400 alpha damage per shot. And if you take a look at the reload timer, you can already see that this thing can pump out shells at a miraculous rate, giving it a really good damage per minute number. And as per usual on the reviews I do on the channel, I will show you the full stats and numbers, armor profile, a few games on how I play the tank. But yeah, this is a really good tank destroyer, and although Wargaming usually name the tanks powerful or formidable or nimble or movie star or whatever, this one is indeed pretty much powerful. It doesn't pack that monumental punch that the ISU-152 gets with that massive 152mm derp gun, but this one, it is far more effective. In a way, it isn't very Russian, really. You do have to watch out, of course, for light tanks because they can circle you pretty effectively. But if you double tap them together with an IS-6 and then bump into them, they're gonna die anyway. Thank you very much. And you will have to watch out for Tier 8 tanks because you don't have really brilliant penetration values. As you can see, me going first is the lower front plate angled. Low has been buffed in terms of the penetration numbers. You have 175 on your AP. We're going to take a look at that in a few seconds when we get to the stats and numbers. But this tank, it is about the DPM. Usually Russian tanks are about raw firepower, not so much DPM, but this one really is. Sneaky DPM, that's what you could call it really, because people don't expect you to fire that many shots really in a Russian tank destroyer. Like I said, against Tier 8 you might struggle a bit with the pen numbers. You do have APCR, but that cuts down into the DPM obviously. But let's take a look. The ISU-122S compared to the other tanks at Tier 7. As you can see here, the AT-15, one of the premium tank destroyers as well. There I've decided to get the Jagdpanther out, E-25, the Rudy, and this one as well, the Leopard PT, because you can see in terms of DPM you outclass a Leopard PT. You have exactly the same rate of fire, but you do 400 alpha per shot, which gives you a better DPM. Even the aim time, well, it's not that bad really. The weapon handling isn't brilliant. You only have 8 degrees of gun arc to the left and the right. That can be a bit worrying really. Your gun depression isn't brilliant at only 6, so you have a very small window to work in. Obviously an AT-15A has a far better gun arc, but so do the Jagdpanther and the E-25. And although you don't have a really high top speed, you have a very good power to weight ratio, making this tank feel more nimble and quick and maneuverable than it is on paper, really. But yeah, like I said, this is about the DPM, and if you use a rammer and then the full provisions in terms of food, look at that, 3.3k damage per minute. That's monumental. If you can get that gun working, and especially if you smack on adrenaline like that, people will have a hard time rushing you. The armor profile, it's pretty pants. You have a big gun mantlet which has some spaced armor around it and 90 mils behind. That's basically your only real armor on the tank. But if you angle it, the plates on the superstructure are slightly angled, so a Comet versus an ISU-122S will go through the front plate behind the drivers and the lower plate, no problem whatsoever. But the sides of the superstructure, they are angled, so yeah, you will bounce on that. If he uses auto aim or is rushing in, he will probably shoot the gun mantlet, and you will bounce a fair few shots. And as long as you can hide that lower plate and you can hide the left hand side of your superstructure, yeah, then you have a pretty good chance of bouncing a few shots, and you can deliver 400 per shot against them in one go. So I've decided to get one small little clip of gameplay into the review as well. It isn't brilliant, we're going to lose that game and I'm going to die at the end as well. But here's what you can do with a little bit of wiggling, because I managed to shoot that Type 58. You can already see what's happening in terms of the bounces. 200 from the Type 58, that's 3 shells out of 4 bounce from the MT25. We're going to drive behind the shadow here and then try to shoot that MT25. We fail miserably. But we bounce yet another shot from the Comet, and then we're going to bounce another one. There it is, we get shot in the butt, get shot in the front, and we're going to bounce another shot from the Comet, and there's another shot from the Comet. Our driver's down, bounce a shot from the right side from the Type 58 again, probably on the side of my gun mantlet. But I did a quick check on that. That's 1470 blocked in, well, just under half a minute, really? And if I would try to do that again and fabricate such a result again and match after match after match, I would probably fail in that regard. Because yeah, like I said, this tank, it's about the non-typical Russian gun really, 122mm. You can see it aims down pretty respectably. Not too long in terms of aim time and dispersion. Missed that shot on the Tiger, which is a bit annoying, should have pre-aimed earlier. But we can put a few shots in. There's an ISU-122 at full health. We still try to shoot him, probably miss, but we're going to see what happens later. And this is really what you want to see. Side shots onto tier 7 and tier 6 tanks. I think we hit that ISU, not sure. But we'll see what we can do here. There's a T20 still on that side. And I got a few tanks on my front who's spotting. We had a KV-3 who was spotting. He's unfortunately down now. Was hoping for the T20 to turn around, but I'm backing off now. He's going to pop up, probably. Yeah, there he is. Hello. I'm going to shoot you. We do get spotted, so we're already rolling back. I'm going to roll back just a bit more. You can see I have hard cover to my right now, and all the shots are in front of me. And the T20, it was going to pop. Nice, lovely little blind shot on him. And we now spin the tank around and get the gun sorted on this flank, because they haven't pushed that flank pretty hard. And you can see from the minimap our SP1C is pushing our flank very hard, so we are pincering the red team. And although we are a tank down, I'm still full health and I can deal about 3k damage. In terms of equipment, I'm running this one at the moment with the top slot unlocked. I have all the modules on the left, which means I have a rammer fitted. What is it? Improve optics and modules assembly. The left one on the middle, that's for sure. And you can see what I'm doing here, just pumping away. That T-3485 has no chance whatsoever. If he wants to rush me, he has to come out. I am outside of cover just far enough to see whether he would go around the small shed around the building. Bouncing shot on the mantlet, there we go, finish him off. Taking a bit of time, not much, but just driving backwards and then forwards again so we can try and engage this Tiger 2. I was thinking he was facing his butt to me, but he wasn't. That was on probably one of the front plates. We can shoot him again, there we go. Nice little full roll. Thank you very much, I love that new skill. 391, 4 kills. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Lovely jubbly, great stuff really. 2k, 3k damage, second class, a top gun, a high caliber and a sniper medal. I haven't got a lot of those sniper medals, but yeah, I think this tank is somewhat made for sniping in a way. But if you stay on the spot and just wait, then all the DPM will go to waste because you have no one to support you, have no one who can spot for you, you have no one who can protect you if you get rushed, because after all you are still a turretless tank destroyer with a fairly small gun arc, not a lot of room to work the gun in. So yeah, I think you should play this one aggressively, and that's what we're going to do on the last game for today. We are on Vignettes. It is a Supremacy game, and one thing I like to do 9 out of 10 times on Vignettes, if I'm in a heavy or in a tank destroyer and there are tanks going towards the A cap, which is the case on this match, then I would like to go around here on the end of the bridge, turn around, get my tank sorted so I can face into the B cap, and then we pre-aim and we'll just wait. And we have to wait for a fair bit on this little game, but we do get rewarded because there's going to be a very nice, lovely, juicy KV3 popping up in just 10 seconds. There he is. Hello. And I can shoot you, hopefully. Just dip slow that shot, that's annoying. But I can pop the adrenaline now, and he is kind enough to just stay, and he's getting thwarted completely. Really bad. And we can go through the front plate, no problem whatsoever. Thank you very much. That's our first kill of the game. Bit of a sneaky, easy one. I'm not normally a fan of going into vignettes into the town area, but we have an M6A2E1 around the A cap, and he's in trouble now because he has a lot of DPM around him. Our team is mostly into the town. They are capturing C. I can shoot this KV2, who is, yeah, if I roll high enough, 2 shots to me. And even though this tank has a 122mm gun the size of a Yak Panther, oh, I can switch back to HE, are still pennable. There we go, 515 roll, nice full one. Not a monumental 900 roll I would get on the ISU-122, but 515, that's good enough for me. Can finish off the KV2, and we're now going to pump this T20 combined with the T25, and behind me shoot on the mantle, that's annoying. Should have shot the turret top really, but the T25/2 and me, the two of us combined, we're going to absolutely wreck this T20. Just look at that. Maximum gun oppression as much as possible. He has nowhere to go. There we go, aim in, shoot him, kill number 3. Reds in the meantime have captured A, have taken out a few tanks. There's a Yak Panther there. Like I said, the only issue you will really have with this tank is the gun oppression. But a Yak Panther who has fired, I can safely kill him now. I wanted to move in on the Comet because I realized I was on 4 kills already and killed a few high tier tanks, and this is Supremacy. So yeah, it's going to be an easy ace game. Don't get the kill on the Comet, but we're going to get yet another lovely high roll on his T-34-85. Look at that snapshot on the back, full 500 roll. He takes out our T-25/2. Switch to HE, pop the adrenaline because I want that kill, and there we go. Thank you very much. And that concludes the review of the ISU-122S. I think it's a very, very good tank destroyer. Not really Russian in terms of the gun, actually, because it's far better. You can see it earns credits pretty effectively as well, provided you stay clear of shooting a lot of premium ammunition. And last but certainly not least, I like the fact that Wargaming have now entered this tank into the store with just a bundle and a garage slot. So yeah, I think it's worth the money. Get it while you can. And I hope you've enjoyed the review. Catch you all on the next one, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. Cheers, happy tanking, and bye bye.